So it looks like sales are slowly starting to pick up on my eBay shop, but still not where we need them to be. Right now I have 4 orders that I need to pack tonight. And currently, prior to shipping labels, it adds up to $111.32. I'm going to write this down. I'm going to estimate that by the time I pay for these labels and get all these items shipped, this total profits for today is going to be, I'm just going to write down $82, and then I'll come back to this at the end of the video and we'll see how close I am to actual profits. So that would be about $30-ish for labels. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to pick those items out of my inventory here and get ready to pack them. But first things first, we're going to add 2 orders on Sunday to my tally board here. Only 2 orders on Sunday, and they didn't add up to much. So today, still not great. I'm looking for $140 a day, basically, profit if I want to get to my $50,000 goal for 2025. I don't think I'm going to make it, but I might get to 46,000. I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to show you a couple of things I picked up today at this little thrift store. I went there on my lunch break, and then I'm going to get those orders packed. So, okay, first thing I have is I just bought 2 things today. This is a Magnalite 4265-P. This is made by Wagner Ware. I think it's aluminum vintage pot. This thing I paid $40 for. Seems kind of high, but I think it's in a little rough condition. And somebody, I don't know if you'll be able to see this or not, they it looks like they used an engraver, like you would put your name on a tool, and they engraved the letter F on the end, each end of this handle. So that's probably going to affect the condition. But I'm sure I can get at least 150 for this, and hopefully I'm going to start it at like 195 and then be willing to take offers because of that condition issue. I've never seen one of these Magnalite pots in the wild, so I was excited to find that today. $40 more than I'd like to pay, but it's okay. And then the last time I was there, I saw this little bottle of cologne, Colors. It's Benetton for men. I saw this there. It was $4. I passed it up because it's open and it's been used. And theoretically, technically, you're not supposed to sell used cosmetics or perfume on eBay, but it happens all the time. People are doing it constantly. I saw one bottle, like it was similar to this, but it's bigger, twice as big as this. This one is 50 milliliters. The other one was 100 milliliters, and it said 40% left, and it sold for $77. So this was only $4. Like I said, I saw it there the other day and I passed on it, but I decided to go back today and see if it was still there. This one I would say is just over half full. In the listing, I'm going to say 50% full, and I think I'm going to try to get 40 or maybe even 35 and try to move that quickly. It's already after 9, so let's get these 4 orders pulled and packed and be done as quickly as we can. So, be right back. Okay, we're back and we're ready to pack, so let's get it done and get out of here. Okay, I'm going to grab a couple of boxes. I think I'm going to take my last 8x8x8, and unfortunately I don't have any more of those, so I'll probably have to do an order. I forgot what else I was coming for. Little hats. Well, we'll start with these. Okay. What's the first thing that sold? So, first thing on my list is a light bulb. Did sell. I do have a few different light bulb listings up, and some of them are pretty expensive, like $150 worth of light bulbs, like 100 light bulbs, 80 light bulbs, 60 light bulbs, and I'm hoping to sell those quickly because I believe there is some kind of a moratorium on selling incandescent light bulbs. I'm not exactly sure why, but guess just because they're not energy efficient, they're not allowed to sell them anymore. But I'm sure people want them for any number of reasons that doesn't involve using up too much electricity. But I sold two of the light bulb listings that I've had up last night, a little 4-pack of little decorative like chandelier bulbs, and then tonight this is just a 3-way standard 50, 100, and 150 watt light bulb. It's only $11.99, so this box feels like kind of a waste to use a good box for something like so cheap. In fact, now that I'm thinking about it, I might just go ahead with this one. I think it will fit in here with plenty of padding, so it'll still be safe. So let's do that instead. I wonder if I have a big enough piece of cardboard to wrap around there quickly. Yeah, this will work. Yeah, I'll just make like a little wrap to protect this so that this doesn't get broken in shipping, hopefully. And then I'm going to put plenty of paper around it so it'll be safe. At least I think it will be safe, and if it isn't, it's only $11.99. So I will happily refund $12 if this gets there broken. But I do hope those other lots sell. It is a considerable amount of money. I think it's probably like $400. And all these light bulbs came from a Facebook Marketplace giveaway. Somebody just was cleaning out their attic and wanted someone to come and take these things away. And somebody got there before me and got the really good bulbs. They were like the outdoor floodlights ones that I think those were worth like $25 to $30 a piece. Somebody got there 10 minutes before me and took those and left all these other ones. But these other ones are still pretty good. Like I guesstimated based on other sales that they're worth about $3 a piece. And if I'm selling them in lots of 80, it's a lot of money, potentially. So I guess worst case scenario, eBay takes them down and I don't get to sell them on there. And then I'll have to try to sell them on Facebook Marketplace. They're already listed there. I don't do that much cross-posting stuff on Facebook Marketplace unless it's something that's really big and I don't want to have to ship it. If I don't have to, then I'd rather just sell it locally. Or things that aren't allowed on eBay. Okay, bulb. Let's get this out of the way. This should be pretty light, just one light bulb, 10 ounces. And this box is 9 by 6 by 5. 6, 5. Let's see who's going to be receiving this. Someone with the initials HG, and this is in Washington State, so pretty good distance. All right, next up. This one luckily is not going that far. It's a bowling ball. This will be the second bowling ball I've sold. I think I have 3 more listed, 2 or 3 more listed. I don't know much about bowling balls. These looked fancy. I saw them at the thrift store and they looked fancy to me, so I did some research on them and decided to buy them. I think I only spent, I know on this one I spent $3. And that was in May, just in May, not that long ago. I spent $3 for this bowling ball. these brands are hard for me to really understand because they have so many different markings on them. So S77, that's probably not the brand. Global, that could be the brand. Zen could be the brand. I really don't know. But what I did learn was that there are. I've seen other people selling bowling balls, and then it will say like less than 40 games or just over 100 games or whatever. So I guess the fewer games you play with it, the more valuable it is. So I sold another one. I put it in a box just like this, this 8x8x8 box, which fits the ball pretty much perfectly. It's a tiny bit smaller than I would like it to be, but not by much. And then I'm not sure if it's even worth it to try to put paper around here because, I mean, this is just a bowling ball. Its whole purpose is to be thrown on the ground. So it's probably not going to get too damaged in shipping. It does have quite a bit of scrapes and scratches on it, and I documented all those as much as I could in the listing, both in words, in the description, and in photos. So it is a little bit scraped up already. There's some kind of gouges out of it. I don't know. It has some weird holes that don't seem to line up with fingers. And then I saw something about two-handed holes. So I really don't know. I'm just taking a guess on this thing. I'm going to go ahead and use this. Whoops. This is the fiberglass reinforced tape. I'm going to wrap this around the entire box. So hopefully this will stop, like if the weight of the ball wants to split the box open, this will hopefully stop that from happening. And I'm going to go this way as well. So all the corners of the box really I want to have reinforced. So hopefully that'll do it. It's going very close. I think this town is probably only like 3 miles from here, something like that. So probably the weight of this thing is probably cost prohibitive for somebody further away, which I never really considered that. It's 16 pounds. So this is one where I'm going to feel bad leaving it on my porch for the carrier, and maybe, I don't know, I might end up just taking this in myself instead of doing a porch pickup, but I really don't want to. But 16 pounds is an awful lot to ask her to pick up. I'll make up my mind in the morning, we'll see. But this is going to, like I said, close by here in Illinois, not too far. So hopefully that works out fine for this buyer. I think it will. All right, next up is this. This is a chest protector for fencing. I bought this a sword, like the one that has like electronic connections to it, so they can track who's scoring points or however they do it. So I got that at a garage sale, and this was part of the package. I'll take that. Take this thing too. I don't think it had any value. The sword I thought was worth about $35. This I didn't think was really. I didn't see any sales on these chest plates at all. So I was just taking a guess that it might be worth $12, and that's what I listed it for, $11.99. How long ago was that? That was in just early in June, so not really that long ago. And it sold pretty quickly, I'd say. Just slightly over a month took it to sell. It's only 12 bucks. This isn't the kind of stuff I should be spending that much energy on, but I can't remember. I can't remember what I paid for the whole thing. I think maybe $3 or $4. Anyway, I put a cost of goods on this of $1 and I sold it for 12 bucks. So it's good enough. Good enough for me. It's 1 pound exactly, so that's good. 13 by 11. I know how big it is. 13 by 10 by 6. And it's going to EM in New Jersey. So hope you win some matches or whatever you call it. Okay, then this last sale came in just as I was walking down here. This is a Giorgio Beverly Hills hat. It's got the rope on the front of it, you know, this like rope thing. It's definitely older, probably from the early 90s or maybe even the 80s. I'm not sure exactly. It does have a barcode on it, so I don't know when those were added. And it says not for resale. So this was a promotional item for Giorgio cologne. Extraordinary sport cap, it says on here. Still don't see. I don't see a date on here. I was hoping to see a year, but there isn't one. Anyway, this was part of the lot of. I've talked about it before, but I got all of these hats, like tons and tons of hats from a guy at a yard sale. He wanted. I don't know if he even had a price on them individually. Is this going to be okay in here? I think it will. It was a tub, like one of these kind of totes that was just filled with hats. And I asked him how much he wanted for all of them. I looked at the first two. The first two I took out of there were worth like 40 bucks each. So I asked him how much do you want for all of them? And he said 60. So I bought all these hats anyway, and they floated around for a while. Some of them were like really nice condition, brand new with the tags, like this one. Some of them were pretty beat up, and some of them ended up just going straight in the garbage. A lot of them got lotted up into similar types and sold. That's the most recent sale I had of these types of hats. So this one, after I did the math and figured out how many hats I got and how much I paid for each one, it came out to 36 cents per hat. So pretty cheap. I've had this one listed for a while. I had it listed for like 49 bucks, I think. There might be two of these Giorgio ones. I think there were two of them. A yellow one and a different color one. Anyway, I had them listed around $50. This has been since May of last year. So just today, I saw this. I sent out a pretty low offer, $32.99 compared to the $49 that I had it listed at, and somebody bought it up right away. At least I think this is the one I sent an offer. It gets confusing when you have a bunch of similar items. It only weighs 6 ounces. 10 by 7 by 3 is the size of the box, and then this is going to KA in Missouri. Okay, let me put all this info into the eBay bulk purchasing page. And here comes Pineapple. Here's my boy. Come here, buddy. You want to jump? Pineapple, jump, 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 jump. You want to show off? Jump, jump, jump some more. Okay, that's enough. He's been doing good tonight. There were some fireworks and he totally ignored them. So I'm not sure what's happening with him. But yeah, he's been real happy tonight. So hopefully it's just, this is about the time people might be shooting off more fireworks. So I don't want to count my chickens, but it's been a good night. Okay, anyway, like I was saying, I'm going to buy the labels for these and I'll come back and tell you about how much money we made on each of these items. And then we'll talk about how much money we made total for the day and how we're doing so far this month. Okay, we're back. We got labels on all these 4 boxes and this tape is coming off. Let me stick that down and let's go over profits. Okay, light bulb. GE Reveal 3-way light bulb. I sold it for $11.99 plus $6.62 shipping. The eBay fee was $2.75. That's the final value fee. The shipping cost was $5.62. And so we made a profit of $10.24. Not bad for a light bulb that somebody gave me for free. Next up is the bowling ball. I'm not going to go through all of those numbers. I'm just going to tell you the profits on these last few. Profit of $36.67. I've seen some of those sell for over 100, like similar bulbs, so balls, really, rather. So I just put it at pretty low because the surface is pretty chopped up. Okay, not finally, but next up, the fencing gear. That's a chest plate, $9.73. So not too great on that one. And then the Giorgio Beverly Hills cap, $30.14 profit. So I was guessing we were going to have a profit of $82. I did a little better than that. So $86.78. So maybe close to $5 more than I anticipated. So I guess that's good, but we do need to get these numbers higher, because that means for even with that high-ish number compared to everything else that has sold this month, we've had some really slow days. $14, $2 for an entire day, $2.96. So July so far has been bad. The average profit per day is only $37.11, and the average profit per sale is only $14.43. So hopefully something good happens as we get further into July, because we want to make more money. So right now, I think I probably will put this out on the porch for her. I'm thinking about trying to build a strap on here with this reinforced tape so that she can pick it up with one hand. Maybe that's overthinking it, but for now, we're going to be done here, and we'll be back tomorrow night with another packing video, assuming we sell some items. So if you're not subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. I do videos like this every day of the week. If I don't have anything to sell, then I'll figure out some other kind of video to make. So join me this year as I'm trying to go past last year's profits and make $50,000 this year, hopefully. So thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon. Bye.